was a single parent and I was working at a daycare. My son ended up sick and they kind of let me go.
I was working in a local doctor's office here in town as a medical assistant, which I've graduated 20 years ago.
2 years ago, I was detailing cars at my dad's car lot and running it for him.
Actually, I was in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I was working at this place called Gestump. We worked on BMW and Volkswagen parts or whatever. I was a supervisor.
And my mom, she kind of pushed me to go back to college. She was like, dry those tears, you've got this,
It was just like a temp service or whatever job. And I wanted to further my career and go back to school and have something to fall back on.
I just went ahead and became a medical assistant, did all that, loved it, finally got the right opportunity to come back to school, and was accepted in the nursing program here at Southeast.
I thought about just finding another tech school, and I found out about this place and the opportunities and what they had to offer. And
well, I wanted to choose something that was close to home and close to family.
You get to know everyone, they remember you, and just like a friend or a neighbor.
My husband is from Millsboro, Kentucky. He moved up there in Des Moines, Washington, just south of Seattle, where I'm actually from. We met, ended up having kids, got married, and ended up moving down here and raising our children down here.
I've been here since I was 3 years old, honestly, moved there and came back and stuff, but this is home. So I just always wanted to go back to Southeast and got to looking online and stuff like that and seemed like where they had stuff with medical assistant. So I wanted to get into that.
As I was going through college and still being a mom and trying to balance that out, it was kind of a rough transition.
Trying to study and stuff like that with a 3-year-old, that was a task.
The only obstacles that I think I had to go through was some of the learning styles because it had been such a long time.
After so long, I ended up reconnecting with my first love. He was my middle school and my high school sweetheart. As time went on, I found out I was pregnant again. I was so excited to finally have a family. Right when the excitement was at its peak, I ended up having a miscarriage.
There was a lot of stress with my mom because my mom passed in September, but it was the year before when I had to bow out the first time. Her chemo quit working, and so I had to take off, of course, because that's how the program ran. I had to wait a whole year to get back in.
Up there in Cumberland, there's no daycares or anything like that up there. So I would have to drive her all the way down to the Sunshine Daycare, drive all the way back to do my classes, and then work or whatever, and then drive all the way back to get her.
A month after my miscarriage, my fiance passed away. My car was totaled. I was kicked out of my home. I had to basically rebuild my life from the ground up. So that's when I finally met my religion professor, Gary Miller.
My teacher, of course, Miss Leanne Turner, she pushed us through and stuff like that. It wasn't always the easiest.
I shared everything with him again. He told me he really wanted to help me out with that.
I remember asking my instructor, Miss Jackson, about, getting some help. I said I had one last resort, and it was more or less an issue of being able to take a little bit longer with my testing, as well as be more kind of like a quieter environment for me to test and focus more.
He finally called me back and told me that somebody within the church worked for Fox Toyota in Clinton, Tennessee, and they had a program which provided me and my son finally a vehicle to get back and forth to school, to get him back and forth to school because he's in preschool now.
She said, talk to Felicia Carroll. She should be able to help you. I sent an email to her, and right then, I think within a day, and every accommodation that I needed, they met.
Miss Andrea Massey, she had reached out to my grandmother and told her at her job, you need to let Dominique know that she could get on at the college, and she just has to take a few classes and we can get her on the Ready to Work program. I think you have 3, close to 4 years that you could be on it until, you find whatever you're trying to go into.
My instructor, Daryl Walker, he's been a really great guy. He's been there, and we just had a bond.
She knew around my daughter's schedule, where I'm a single parent and stuff like that, so she worked with me.
I was finally getting through school, getting better grades and starting to do better when I found out that my mom has lung cancer. It has been a challenge to try and keep going through school. Finally getting to graduate, is not only a big deal, but, my mom will at least get to watch me graduate. I probably wouldn't be doing half of what I'm doing now had it not been for me going to Southeast.
Honestly, I would probably still be working, either fast food, which ain't nothing wrong with that or whatever. I'll probably be doing something like that.
Well, honestly, without Southeast, I wouldn't be entering into my lifelong career that I've always wanted, which is nursing. First and foremost, I want to thank God. He has definitely been my number one rock. I would like to thank my mom, who isn't here anymore. I just want to tell her I did it. I fulfilled that promise.
Hi, Mom. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be sitting here. You have been my rock through every step of this.
To my husband and to my kids, I love you and thank you for supporting me.
Yes, I would love to congratulate everybody. I'm proud of everybody.
Congratulations for graduating and pursuing what you wanted to do in life. And I wish you the best the rest of your life.
Because I went Southeast.
I chose Southeast.
I am Southeast.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are Southeast.